We're glad to have you, and we're glad the U.S. lets you in.
Thank you very much. So actually, I decided to do my doctorate on the focus of artificial intelligence and human collaboration to drive productivity. And I'm just in the process of collected all the data, and something really interesting came up. I gave a AI-augmented group generative AI to produce creative content, and I had a control group who had to use traditional non-AI tools, still their favorite search engine, to come up with creative content. Now, the control group needed 2.5 hours to produce the content, and after that I had to cancel it because of fatigue and all these things which appear. The generative AI group finished everything with really high quality in 20 to 30 minutes. Sure. Both groups were really happy about AI being used in their job and during their task completion. But then something really interesting came up when I asked about employee satisfaction. The group which was using the augmented AI were actually dissatisfied about their job in general. They didn't like their job, they didn't thought their creative mindset were used enough, they didn't appreciate the tasks they were given, whereas the control group was generally very, very happy about it. Now, there has been some data a couple of years ago published by some leading consulting companies that 75% of the digital transformation projects fail. And this is not because the technology isn't available, but because of human adoption. Now, with all the technology being available, how can we still make sure that the human adoption and the capacity of them is there? Because ultimately we need the humans to accept it and then change going forward.
So let me give you a cynical answer. Most software that's built is poor quality, doesn't work, too expensive, and you shouldn't have bought it in the first place. And when you talk to normal people as opposed to us, they all go like, well, what am I supposed to do? So I'm making an argument that the AI revolution will actually solve the problems, right, that humans ask for. That is my optimism. In your PhD, you should try to figure out what is that possible, right? That's sort of the conclusion of your PhD. You have all this data. Can you, in fact, imagine a situation where the software works, right? I spend all day with people complaining about their software. Their software is buggy, the Chinese broke into the database is too expensive, the dog ate the cable, what have you. It just seems like this is a solvable problem, at least in the domains of business, where you have an objective function that you can quantify. Remember that these systems train against an objective. So businesses are good because the objective of a business is customer satisfaction, revenue, earnings, shareholder value, whatever.